Alrighty. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Hi,
Hello,
Teacherpreneurs.
everybody. Welcome, everybody, to our Teacherpreneur Chit Chat.
Yes. We are so pumped for today because we have an extra special guest joining us, Ashley DiMercurio. And we're going to be talking all things about the Teachers Make Money Virtual Summit. So for those of you joining us live, it's a great time to get some questions answered with the host herself. Anything else, Kinga, before we bring her up?
Well, I'm so excited for this chit chat, particularly. This is kind of another one of those full circle moments for us, Chris. So let's take a moment to kind of absorb that and
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
And
I
like
remember
pat on the
watching
back.
this summit, and we'll get into all that, but I'm super excited for this one, and I can't believe it's already here, to be honest. Time goes by really fast, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm struggling to grasp that it's Wednesday, so yeah.
Yes, exactly. I can't imagine
Alrighty.
how Ashley feels.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure she'll tell us all about it.
Without further ado, let's bring up Ashley. Hello, Ashley. Welcome.
Welcome,
Hi.
Ashley. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. This is like the best part of the summit, I feel like, is collaborating with all of the speakers and getting to meet your audience and interact with your people and get to know you guys better. So I really appreciate you taking the time to fit this into your very busy schedule too.
It's our pleasure. We're very happy to do it. And yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity to do that kind of crossover. We all kind of come from different backgrounds, but we're all united by this whole teacherpreneurial thing. So I think it's really wonderful for us to connect that way too.
Yeah,
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Yeah. So I'm Ashley.
Yes.
Dive right in. Is that okay?
Let's get into
it. So this is my third time hosting the Teachers Make Money Summit, which is amazing. And I started the summit because I have been tutoring online. I have my own private online tutoring business as well called Your Reading Tutor. And that is still going. I still take clients. I still do that as well. That's still a very big part of my income, for my business, so sometimes it does feel like running two businesses, which I'm sure because you have two businesses also.
Yes.
We'll feel you on that one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there are days when it's like, what am I even doing? But there's a lot of duality there, and there is so much opportunity for crossover. And often I have the speakers from the summit come and be guests on my podcast for my teaching business. So there's a lot of crossover and just so many great opportunities to network and get each other's names out there and build each other up. So that's my favorite part for sure. And so this is the third year. The summit's going to run July 19th through the 22nd. So it's a 4-day event. Yep. And this year it is a paid event. And right now the early bird ticket is $79. So definitely get on that early bird ticket. It will go up to $129 on the 19th. And you will be getting your money's worth and so much more with the $79. And I promise I'm not just saying this. There's probably over $2,000 worth of value between the presentations. There's going to be over 20 presentations over the 4 days. Plus there are live events every day of the summit. Some of them are already published. There's going to be a live networking event, a live content planning event, a live panel. I do coffee chats every morning where we sort of just share what our takeaways are, what are we learning. And then there are 2 bonus live events that nobody else knows about yet that are coming.
Wow.
So
oh my goodness.
That I've had some really great speakers reach out to me and say I want to participate in your summit, but the speaker list was full. And I said, how would you like to do a pop-up, a bonus live event? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. So,
how wonderful.
Hashtag spoilers. I love it. I love it.
I know you're getting the
That's
inside scoop right now.
That's amazing. We're always here for the tea.
That's right. Right. Yeah. So you get your ticket, right? You pay your ticket, you get access to all of the presentations, all of those live bonuses. And then this year, instead of having like an upgrade where you have to pay an additional fee to get the speaker bonuses, those are just included in your ticket price. So holy moly, lots of value. I think it's like $1,000 worth of bonuses from the speakers.
100%.
So
that's crazy. And you know what's really interesting in terms of the resources, when I joined the first summit, and I did buy the VIP ticket then because of, I think those resources were included in that at that time. I was actually using those over the course of the year, Ashley. Like I think Chris and I still use some of those resources. Like they definitely help us from time to time, like Liz Wilcox's 20-minute newsletters, I think was included in that, some kind of swipe file. We came across the Chic Duo one of those times. And Chris and I were so inspired by that partnership. And that really, like, we'll talk about that, but that definitely was like something that we saw like, wow, that would be amazing to be able to kind of create that kind of partnership. So not only was it really inspiring, but those resources were utilized in our business throughout the span of the year following that event. So it was definitely way worth the investment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. And I was going to say that is how I met you both, was when you attended the summit and you were a guest. And I remember you specifically, Kinga, being just like in it. Like you were at every live event, you were asking questions. And I was like, this girl is doing things. So I was like so pumped by your energy fueled my energy by you being there and being so invested. I was like, I'm going to show up for her. Like if nobody else is listening, I'm going to show up for her.
I'm always that annoying one who's like, wait, what? Taking notes. But yeah, I mean, I get so inspired by those figures. You know, you really want to surround yourself by like-minded individuals, and when you want to create a business, it's really important to kind of like curate your space and your surroundings and the people. So that was a huge part of that for me, for sure.
It was amazing because like I said, you came, I could tell you were really in it. You won one of the prizes, like and then that's how I met you. And so I was able to stay in touch with you and get to know Chris through Instagram. And I was able to really watch you guys just like take off in your business over the next year. And I I claimed your glory. I was like, that's because they came to my summit.
Exactly. But it really is. It's one of the first gates. It was one of the first gates for us, right? Chris, what's your take on that? Tell us from your point of view.
I would say that maybe this is extreme and maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I would say that your summit a year ago was kind of a catalyst for Create and Funnel, because like Kinga mentioned, when we saw one of the presenters from last year, the Chic Duo, I think was their name. I was just like, Kinga, let's do it. We are a duo. We can do it too. We can also be successful, start our expand and scale our teacherpreneur businesses. And so it's like when we mentioned a full circle moment at the beginning, it's wild because we set our intentions together to be able to actually be presenters and speakers for your summit in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah,
thank you so much. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's so exciting for me too. I have a few other people similar position that came as attendees and this year are speaking. So that's really amazing. And that's a big goal for the summit, is to elevate others, right? I want to
exactly
at the point of the summit, like, yes, it is a paid summit this year. And some people have asked, why are you doing that? And part of the reason, I'll tell you, is it is a lot of work to put on a summit.
I can imagine. Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine. No.
Yeah, it's bewildering to me.
Yes. Yeah. And so I want to grow the summit to reach more people like yourselves who are going to really take this information and change their lives. Like, I want it to change your life for the better. I want teachers like we've partnered with Koala Go this year. They're one of our
Yes.
sponsors, which is amazing. Huge shout out to Koala Go. They're a great
Fantastic.
online platform.
We love you, Koala. Yes.
Yes. And part of their mission is to help teachers be able to buy a house, be successful enough financially that they can buy a house. Well, we just bought a house like a month ago.
Yeah, congratulations on that, Ashley. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's beautiful, by the way. I've been peeking.
I know. I need to do some more.
Some
more. I've been a little focused on the summit.
I can imagine.
But yeah, so, and we, there are ups and downs like any business and any job you have. There's going to be revenue dips and things that go up and down. I am not immune to that. Those things happen to me too. But it has grown to the point now where I feel comfortable enough in the business to invest in property, like to buy this house for my family. And that's huge.
Exactly.
That's major.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And please tell us, like, I'm sure your financial picture has changed a lot in the last year because of what you've done with your business.
100%. Yes.
There's like a pause there as you both soak it all in.
Yeah, we're
going over the past year.
It
was like that, that flash, like mind. Anyways, yes.
Yeah. Well, for me, like those were like, okay, at the time when you're shifting into teacherpreneurship, like, it's definitely an accessible investment, but still, when you're not stable, it can feel like a lot, and I can understand that, but it's a lot of value. But that actually shifted my mindset as to how important it is to invest in my business. And that actually set me on a path of actively investing in our business. And Chris and I do that all the time. We're working with various resources. We actually just bought Liz Wilcox's course. I saw it as like, I have to get that immediately. Whatever she puts out, have to have it. And just like thinking about all the aspects of like various levels of investment and aspects, because I know that you have divided your summit into like 4 different key areas of teacherpreneurship, right?
Yes. Yeah. I can talk about that a little bit if you'd like. Yeah, for sure. I just want to chime in on the financial aspect thing. Because a year ago, a little bit more earlier than that, I felt like I was dipping into savings to really invest into my education and insights into teacher entrepreneurship. And your summit and the VIP ticket and the structure of last year, it was an investment that wasn't safe to make for me at that time. But, kind of reflecting on the year and having the opportunity in the summit to like meet Liz Wilcox, meet other speakers that really just kind of shifted your perspective into thinking, okay, like A, you're not in this industry alone. B, there are successful entrepreneurs, teacherpreneurs, edupreneurs out there. And C, that if you're surrounded in this community, and if you are motivated and determined enough, then you can get to achieving whatever success looks like for you and whatever goals that you have. So the financial weather has changed over the year, and it's been really awesome.
And it also gives you, and so we can get into those different levels or different aspects of how you can scale and diversify, but it really opened my eyes as to how many opportunities there are to monetize your abilities and skills and just create something out of maybe you didn't think that you could have built an offer around. Right. So that was really eye-opening for me. And I remember after that, I kept telling my husband, I was like, I can monetize this. I can monetize this. I can monetize. It's just like a whole new world for me. So, but that was really great because what you feel inspired and you don't work from that scarcity mindset, but more of like that opportunity and abundance. So I think that was really major.
Yes. I love that. And I totally understand having to make choices about investing and like what you can, I mean, my business, we're like, I'm the primary income earner in my family. My husband also has like a side hustle. But he's a full-time dad too, and helps with homeschooling our kids. And so my business is like the bulk of our income right now. So I have to make hard decisions. Like when someone wants to, I see like a $2,000 program, like that's a really big investment for me, even still, because I don't have that much extra, like what I earn in my business supports my family.
For sure.
So I totally understand that. And I was reading a really great article this week about necessary luxuries. And I was like, that's kind of like what the summit is, because I can understand that, it's not literally buying groceries, right? You're not literally putting food on the table with this $79. Right. However, if you invest this $79, I am like very confident that you can make that money back in the next year. Like 10 times over, probably. You know what I mean? Like you can really, there's a very big return on investment here.
I love that
absolutely.
term. What was the term again, Ashley?
A necessary luxury. Because you're right. It is in a lot of ways, right? You don't need this summit, but like, it was my gardening analogy. I don't know if you saw my reel, but I was like,
I did see it. I saw it. Yes.
It's like that, right? Like gardening takes time, and there's only so much you can do. Like you plant the seeds and it's going to just do its thing. And you can't really make it grow any faster. I'm watching the tomatoes ripen outside my window right now. And I'm like, please turn red so I can eat these tomatoes. But I can do things to accelerate, right? To accelerate the yield of that tomato plant, right? Like I can water it more, put it in the sun. I have my daughter sing to it, whatever. And so I feel like that's the summit, right? Like it's sure you could probably grow your business on your own without the summit, but it's going to take longer. It's not going to be as much fun. I mean, look how much fun we're having.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a huge part of it. And the accountability and the connections that you can make, it's really uplifting. And like I said, just like from my own experience, having those resources to fall back on whenever I had questions or needed more support, it was really useful to me further down the line. So really, I mean, I hate to say, Ashley, you might want to up those prices next year, girlfriend, because
it is value packed. It really is. So the 4 days, I thought about shortening it to less days. But then as the speaker, like I'm so happy this year to have people coming to me that want to speak, or even I just put it out there and say like, would you be interested? And people are right there ready. That's such a testament to the summit. I feel like that people have heard about it. They know it's amazing and they want to be involved in it. That's makes my heart happy. That's so awesome. So we're keeping it 4 days this year, and we'll see what happens next year. But the first day is really going to focus on taking your tutoring business, because a lot of people that come to the summit already have some kind of tutoring in their world, whether it's for a company. That's how I started working with an ESL company, or maybe they're still teachers during the school year and they tutor during the summer. And a lot of them don't think of it as like, this is a business. Like this is your business now. You can take this tutoring gig, this side hustle, and really grow it into a personal brand. And so that first day of the summit is all about how to grow and scale your business. But looking less at like the other ways to earn income. And this day is more focused on, let's make sure you have like a solid foundation, like a really clear foundation for your business. So Mara McDonald is going to be presenting on using your own unique story to create a profitable business. Megan Hernandez is coming and giving tax tips, which I'm really excited about because that is like the number one requested topic, tax person. So that's going to be great. We're going to be talking about networking on Wednesday, SEO 101 for edupreneurs. That's going to be great. That's another hot topic. People have asked for more SEO tips. And then scaling with independent contractors. So if you want to grow your tutoring business, but like really stay in your tutoring business, not go out into the other avenues that we'll talk about later in the summit. But if you really want to like bring on more tutors or create a center, we're going to have someone really talking about more about that. Like, how can you bring on independent contractors into your tutoring business? So that's really exciting. People ask about that a lot.
Yeah, that's one I want to know about for sure. Awesome. Do you think could that be applicable to like teachers? Like, we have a lot of teachers who really scale their student bases to max capacity with Chinese social media, and they want to kind of shift into bringing on more tutors or teachers to take on some of those students. Would that be applicable to them?
Yes, this is for them. They're going to want to see this.
Okay, that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to learn more about how we can, what are sort of best practices around bringing people into your tutoring business? What does that look like? So that's great. Perfect. And then passive income, selling printables is going to squeeze in on that first day as well, because so many people, the first day has a lot of really like hot topics, right? Topics, are really interested in. We're going to hook you in with all the really most requested topics on the first day. But don't worry, Incredible. The other 3 days are amazing too.
Absolutely.
It's always a little hard to break them into categories equally, right?
So I have a question, Ashley. So once someone buys the early bird ticket and July 19th comes around, do they have access to all of the videos? Are they going to be released on a day-to-day basis?
That's a great question. So they will be released each day of the summit, and then they will be there for ongoing access. So once you sign up, you can log in. And right now, I think there's like a welcome video. There's a little video from Koala in there right now. We're still loading. It's not done. So if you buy your ticket today and you log in and you're like, this looks kind of empty. We're still loading in handouts and all kinds of things in there. Yeah. So we have custom handouts for the summit as well. So each presentation has their own page that people can print out, has your name and the title of your presentation, where they can find you on social media. And then they can take notes right on that handout for how to apply what you're saying to their business. So, because not everything is a perfect fit, but I think if you think creatively, there will be things that you say that I can apply to my business, even though I'm not on Chinese social media.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So we want people to be looking for that. Thing. Yep. Absolutely. And so then each morning of the summit, the whole day's presentations will open up in that portal, and then they'll all be there ongoing. So I say lifetime access, but lately I've been like, what does that even mean? Like lifetime? And I'm like, ongoing. It's there.
Yeah, we have the same question sometimes, and it's like, because it's like hosting and stuff, and it's like, how does that really work? I don't think that marketing has been even around that long to know and understand what lifetime access really means.
Yeah.
So
we've talked about that before, I think, Kinga, in terms of like perhaps defining what lifetime means in the small print.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I've seen more and more course creators and more, this type of thing saying like a year access or 2 years access or whatever. But so that's like a whole nother conversation we could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny, actually, the trend, because I live in Poland. So if I ever buy courses in Poland, the access is actually only 1 year long. So it's like a trend among course creators here to really kind of define that. So interesting.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Okay. So, but the replay will be around long enough for everyone to catch up on the presentations, right?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And we know that you are, it's unlikely that you're going to watch 8 presentations every day of the summit. That would be a lot. And we don't, I encourage you not to do that. I want you to look at the days, pick 2 to 3 presentations that really resonate with you, pick 1 to 2 live events that you feel like you can commit to being at, and really plug into those things. And then plan for, what am I going to do in the next 3 months, 6 months? And we usually do that at the end, the last day of the summit. You'll also get like a post summit workbook where I sort of talk you through like thinking about, how are you going to apply what you've learned? Because learning without action, that's not what we want for you, right? We want you to take action.
Yes, we're all
Something
about
to be-
taking action here.
Yeah,
exactly.
yes.
Something to be accountable. And so I can recommend, because for me, I'm that kind of person who really sometimes, even though I'm super active, sometimes afterwards it's hard for me to implement and like keep the momentum going. So I always like to find an accountability partner, Chris. So I can recommend bringing your friend, your teacher biz bestie along for the ride and keeping each other accountable so you guys can implement all the actionable steps.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great idea. And another thing that can help with that is the Teachers Make Money online Facebook group. That's a free group that we have decided to keep open throughout. Like, anybody can find that on Facebook, and there's some questions. You have to fill out all the questions. And then it used to be we just ran the summit really through the Facebook group, but it has really grown into more of like a community of people who have attended the summit or have come to the group in the last year. And, we give the opportunity for people to, post like, hey, I'm looking for a podcast guest for this thing, or I'm looking for an accountability partner. So it's definitely, even though the summit is a paid event, there is still this free space that if you scroll back, there's like trainings in there and the video files. There's a lot of stuff in there for free. So that's a great resource too. And then throughout the year, right? Like you come to the summit and then you're applying things throughout the year, you can come back and we'll do like check-ins and, how's it going on your summit goals and all that. So.
Perfect. Is it okay to share the group in the comments?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Do you need me to give that to you, or will you be able to do that?
I already have it. So I'll share that in the comments for anybody that would like to join the group. I'm definitely a member there, so I do see the activity going on in there. It's a wonderful resource indeed. And actually, if you're a new teacherpreneur, a budding teacherpreneur, these Facebook groups are one of the first steps you can kind of make to put yourself on the path of like mentorship or personal development or surrounding yourself with those like-minded individuals. This is a great step forward. So I definitely do recommend joining such groups. And Ashley's group is a wonderful resource to have. Absolutely.
Great. Awesome. I feel
Ashley,
go ahead.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting close to our time limit and we got totally sidetracked.
No, we're good.
It's okay. We're good. I have a curiosity question. What are some things that you improved upon in the summit from last year?
What's the development, taking into account the last two?
That's a great question. A big part of it was really working hard over the last year to find more speakers to bring in some new speakers. Like we have some fan favorites for sure. You'll see some people that have participated in the past. But really working hard over the last year to find different people out there doing different things and like researching there's one speaker, Natalie Wright, who's going to be presenting on how to stand out in the online tutoring space with games and technology. She's amazing. She is a gamification genius.
I think I know her. Yeah. The Ed Tech Whiz on Instagram, right? I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll get that handle.
Yeah. And so I found her after the last summit and immediately was like, I'm going to start, getting to know her, build a relationship. Right. I actually decided to hire her to do some coaching for me because I just was seeing what she was doing. It was so amazing. And I feel like pretty tech savvy, but I was watching what she was doing, just blown away by what she is doing with tutoring and making it so fun and engaging for kids. And I'm like, you have to speak. Like you have to come be in my summit. Everyone needs to meet you. So I did a lot of that. I do really try to look for diversity in the edupreneur space as well. Like how can I maybe lift up voices that might not otherwise be given this opportunity. You'll see there are a lot of women on our roster for sure, but I do have a few. I think I have 3 men this year, I think. And so I'm always looking for more guys. If you're out there, I don't purposefully only get female speakers, but there are a lot of female edupreneurs in the online
Right,
space.
exactly. There's a lot of females in the education space, and especially tutoring as well, right? But not only. That's shifting, right?
It is definitely, yeah. I know you guys know Melissa. I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. I think Melissa Muir. Is that how you say her last name?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she came as an attendee, and so I was really looking for attendees that would make great speakers. And so she's going to be speaking on how to use video to grow your teaching business. I don't know if you've noticed, but she is like a rock star when it comes to reels and lives and YouTube.
Yes.
She is
Right.
just like in it,
She's
in the
awesome.
video. Yeah. So I'm really excited to have her. The biz runners are going to be coming back to talk about content planning and how to batch your
that's
social
cool.
media content.
I want to attend that for sure. That is helpful.
Yes. And on I'm doing the live event for social media, like content planning, a content planning one. And I'm going to be sharing how to use Chat GPT to like save you some time.
Yes,
Planning
exactly.
your
We
social
love
media stuff.
we love AI. We love it.
Yes. Yeah. So that's a little surprise I haven't really shared. Another little sneak peek. I'm going to give you
Okay,
a good
spoiler
hack in
alert.
there.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
And so that day, Thursday, the second day, really is like digital marketing, social media. So looking at who came last time, that was amazing, that I want to bring back, and what's out there that's going to be new. Like Cassandra Foster is going to be presenting on Facebook groups and as your next marketing move. But I think it's really, people are going to really love that one. And then Friday is all about focusing on like more on your tutoring business. If you have a tutoring business, how are you going to handle student cancellations to save you time and money? I'm going to present on that. So that's another thing I did this year was I'm actually presenting every day of the summit this year. And I pulled like all my best workshops from the last year, and I'm plugging in that content each day as well. So hopefully, that'll be a great opportunity for people to just even get some more, if they missed one of those like from last year or some of them, like the handling student cancellations is a brand new workshop I did that I ran for the Tutor Success Academy Summit. So if people attended that summit, they will have seen that presentation. But my speaker bonus is my entire how to get getting your next student bundle. That's what my speaker bonus is. And that's going to have like all of my like templates for emails for tutors. It has it's a whole training bundle. So I think that's going to be great.
That's really useful. I think we have come across that in one of the email swaps that we've done. So I know that's really valuable. And especially since we have a community of teachers who are looking for students and looking to scale their student base, that's super valuable in itself. Yeah. So absolutely take advantage of that, guys, because
this is gold. So value packed. This is wild.
It really is. And I hope if there's another speaker watching, I'm excited about every single presentation. And every time I do a live with one of the speakers, I try to highlight a few people here and there. And you'll see if you follow me on social media, I highlight all the speakers there as well. But another person on Friday I'm really excited about is Margie. And she's going to be doing time management tips for juggling a family and a tutoring business, which is a lot of people.
Oh my God.
Right? So
I guess I have to attend that one because I'm just I don't even know. I'm just thinking
Kinga.
How do you homeschool kids?
Yeah.
That was directed to you, Ashley. I'm how do you, on top of those two businesses, how do you homeschool two kids? I really, I'm struggling. Yes. I used to do kind of hybrid format, but now I've fallen off the ball. So I think that can help me, that presentation.
Yes. Well, I always tell people I get this comment a lot. How do you do it all? How do you do everything you do? I really don't do it all. My husband really does help. I mentioned it at the beginning. We are what you might call a full-time family. We are, we both work from home. We homeschool. We really are supporting each other's businesses. We're around each other a lot, probably more than some married couples. If he was watching this live, he would totally be trolling me. He trolls me in the comments all the time on my live streams. You'll see him in the summit.
Amazing.
But so that's how I do these things, is he really does help a lot with most of the days when we're homeschooling. We have 2 kids, so we each take one. That helps. Like a lot of parents are trying to tutor all or homeschool their children at the same time. We split it up, so
right.
I don't do
that. That could
and
be an interesting topic.
Dishes in my sink, laundry on the bed.
Oh my God.
Just like everyone.
Yeah. I feel it. I take pictures like those every day and put them up, and they're like, guys, look at this. This is real life. But this would be an interesting topic, actually, because we often talk about it in our in some of our trainings, that guys, sometimes your families are not going to really understand the full scope of what you're going through. And that's why it's also great to be with your community, but also trying to shift them into hey, I need support. You don't it looks like I'm just sitting on my computer and mommy has another live event, guys, just wait for me. But it's immense pressure. So getting your family on board and just creating a support system at home, that would be a really cool topic for next year, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great idea. And I think a lot of families, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but a lot of spouses and kids, they want to be involved in what their parents are doing. My children are growing up seeing entrepreneurial life, and they're my son is 11 and he helps me with Koala Go a lot. He helps me design playgrounds and design, just this morning I had a class, Pokemon class, and I said, hey, can I run this by you? He's 11, he's my target market, so how's this sound? Does this sound fun?
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, so that's really awesome. So
speaking of Koala, right? Go ahead, Ashley.
Yes. Yeah. The last day of the summit, I got to get this in here. This is where we're going to talk a little bit more about additional income streams, ways to earn passive income, ways to, different things that you can do when you're ready to add another income stream to your tutoring. So you're tutoring, you feel good about, you've got your solid business, you've done all your policies, all that's in place, you're organized, right? And you're ready to take on something else. We're going to talk about becoming a published author. I'm really excited to have Haley Glenn coming this year. And she's a published author, and she used to be a teacher. She was a classroom teacher, and now she's an author, and she's going to share what that's like and how you can do it too. And teaching on OutSchool, we have someone speaking about that. Someone speaking about why teachers make great podcast managers. So if you're thinking about shifting even away from you want something other than teaching, you could become a virtual assistant and you could be a podcast manager. So
that's cool.
And then we have 2 people. Emily and Caitlin are both really in the koala ecosystem, and Emily is presenting on Saturday, Emily Radecki, and she's presenting on 3 ways to enhance your tutoring business and earn passive income, because Koala is really doing amazing things in the online learning space. And they're adding a feature called Stories, where you can actually build these games that students can log into. They can subscribe to you as their teacher, and they can pay a monthly fee and come into your games and play I'm not going to use the right word. Is it asynchronously? When you're not there, they can log in and play these games and subscribe to you. That's yes, you have to create the content and put it in there, but once they're subscribers, right, you're going to keep getting that fee, that membership. And they have an awesome split there. I was just on a call today with Xavier and from Koala. He said that teachers who are doing that model, that Stories model, get 70% of the commissions, and Koala keeps 30%. That's a really great split. That's
they're always really
generous.
Fair.
Yeah. So I feel like they're just a great company to align with. So I'm so excited to have them participating, and to have 2 amazing educators just singing their praises in their presentations as well. So.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just going to mention, Emily, that she's really done amazing things with her playgrounds.
Yeah.
And just to see her also kind of scale that and grow over the span of the year is incredible. So I'm really excited to see her do her thing. That's amazing. Yeah. So, wow. So many amazing speakers. I really can't wait to get into it myself. I'm already inspired.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more I can take on, but I'll do my best.
Yes. Well, hopefully it will help you to, just feel those creative juices, right? Like I feel like these kinds of
Right.
events, they just like reinvigorate you. Like we get to
Yeah,
this
they
point,
Mhm.
and we're like kind of burnt out from the school year. It's the summer. And like, I think these events can really help you to just start to feel creative again and start to really build some momentum in your business. I was going to ask you guys as a parting thought, as I'm thinking about talking about the summit, on Instagram and stuff. And I want to make sure people understand the transformation that is possible, right? Like we've talked about the things you're going to get, like these are the speakers and this is the bonus. And that's like the thing you get when you buy it, which is fantastic. But like, it's more than that, right? It's this whole
right.
bigger transformation of yourself
100%.
and your business. So if you have any parting thoughts on like, what is the transformation that is possible for your audience that's watching today, what could happen for them in terms of a transformation? I think that's important.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Kinga? Or should
Okay,
I go
Chris.
first? I can go first.
Why don't you go first this time?
Yeah, okay, yes. So I think the summit, like you said, Ashley, it's jam-packed. There's so much value. We've talked about like your lives, the coffee chats, everything apart from the presentations. I really love this onboarding process that you have of the member portal, releasing them each
Yeah,
day.
I
So
love
it's
that course format.
digestible. Yeah. And so I think those are all the necessary, like, it's like a skeleton, right? So it's a skeleton that you can use to really not only set your goals and your intentions for, thinking a year from now. So you attend the summit and thinking, okay, what are my goals in my 3 months, 6 months, and then a year when the next summit comes along. And just having the capability of setting those intentions and actually measuring your metrics about that, because next year when summit 4, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but but when summit 4 comes along, you can be like, okay, where am I, where have I been, and really take a moment of reflection. And I just think it gives you this sense of confidence and this sense of energy that you may or may not find somewhere else, because there's just so many voices on here that I think there's just there's a great chance of finding perhaps the right speaker or the right voice for you as a budding
Yes.
teacherpreneur or as a beginning teacher entrepreneur, and being like, okay, I'm going to stick with that voice and let's go, let's do it. We can take action and make things happen.
Absolutely. And also yeah, exactly. I love that, Chris, about finding the right person that you might resonate with, but also just seeing the different styles of the way that people show up. I think for me, again, going back to Liz Wilcox, but I just
Shout
love
out to
how
Liz. We love you, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
I'm just like the biggest fan over here. But honestly, because what really captivated me about Liz is she just shows up as her true self, unapologetically, and just like, and it works for her. She's built like an incredible business out of emails, and not only alone, because it goes beyond that, but like it just opened my eyes, like, wow, being your authentic self can really be something. You don't always have to follow the strict path of like what teacherpreneurship should look like. And I loved also, Chris, the idea of using the summit as a marker, because for me, definitely I can look at my personal transformation 2 years ago when I was just beginning to now, and we have, we launched our own boot camp because I think we were also inspired by the dynamic of a live event with teachers, and a course. Now, we've got one-to-one coaching going on and mentorship, and our membership, like that really set us on a path. And never would I have imagined that would be the scope of our of our
Yeah.
capabilities now. So really, really crazy stuff, but amazing.
I know. Sometimes it feels like cliched to say that it could change your life, but like I really think it could.
It can. It really can. It's
Yes.
one of those things that is just like transformational. There's no other
Yes.
word to put it. It's
Yeah.
transformational.
Yes.
It's
Yes. And I have to
in a
add one more
nutshell.
thing that I think is a perk this year of being at a paid event is, you know, when it's a free event, the the goal tends to be how many eyes like can I bring in, right? Like how I'm growing my email list right now. I'm
Yeah.
looking to connect with other, you know, so
Yes.
the goal of a free event is like I need to find you, right? So I'm going to find
Right.
you by offering
Right.
this free content. You're going to learn what I offer. You're going to see the value in this free event. And then it, you know, as it upgrades, right now it's a paid event, you know that it's worth it, right? Because you came when it was free and it was amazing. So this year, that is not the goal. I'm not looking to grow my email list exponentially. Instead, I want to pour into the current email list that I have. And I want to, you know, by having a paid event, the number of people that are going to show up to the lives is, it may be smaller, but that benefits you, the attendee, right? Because you get the more personalized feedback, you get more time to get your questions answered. And I just feel like the people who are going to come to as a paid event, they're the people who are really there to learn. They're really engaged. They're ready to take action. And I want that for my summit. And I want that for the speakers, because I want the people who come and see your presentation to then work with you. Like that's what we want for them.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I always like to think about it like, you know, you pay to play, right?
Yes.
So it's these teacherpreneurs that are even more motivated to get started.
You got to have like a little skin in the game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. To that will also motivate you to implement what you have learned. That's definitely a kind of motivator for me. When I put some money down, it's like, okay, well, I have to do something with this and make it work. So it's definitely a big motivator, right?
Yeah, I love that. This has been so fun.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was great, Ashley. It's actually one of the first times I think we've spoken like live, you know? So that was amazing.
I loved it.
Thank you so much for having me. And let me know if you need anything 100%. Or if you're people who watch this, if they have questions that you need help answering.
Absolutely. Ashley is in our group, so you can tag her, Ashley. And Ashley, can you help me pronounce your last name so I can pronounce it correctly, please?
DiMercurio. That's okay. I don't think I can
DiMercurio
correctly either. So
okay, that's good. So Ashley is in our group, and you can tag her if you have any questions about the summit. One more time, you can get those early bird tickets right here. We will definitely be attending, so we can't wait to see you there. And be sure to catch our presentation on using Chinese social media to scale your teaching biz. We're super excited for it. It's brand new and can't wait to have you guys there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. See ya. Bye.